ברוכות הבאות תחת כנפי השכינה, ברוכים הבאים תחת כנפי השכינה. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace. ברוכות הבאות תחת כנפי השכינה, ברוכים הבאים תחת כנפי השכינה. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace.
Bruchim Habaim, ancient words of welcoming and blessing, as we welcome you in virtually to Congregation Micah. We thank in advance Miss Lisa Silver, our musical director. We've got Misty working our tech, live control, helping us all the way from California. And my name is Philip Rice. They do call me Rabbi Flip. My guess is that most of you who turned in this morning are not here to see any of us, but rather to celebrate a certain young lady, Madeline Krakauer, whose soul entered our world approximately 13 years ago. And we celebrate that soul. Now, we wish many of you could be with us, but we know you are tuning in from all over the world, hopefully to enjoy and celebrate this young lady. And she has actually worked very hard in the last few months with us, training to become a bat mitzvah. What we do is we put certain challenges before our candidates as they become a bar and bat mitzvah. Here at Micah, we ask that they learn the story of the Jewish people, as it is expressed through the liturgy, the prayers. She's good. You're going to be entertained. We ask that they learn to chant from the Torah. And even online, even on the phone, we were able to train this very bright young lady to do that. And after, to interpret a little bit about what it is that they have chanted. We do not need to overthink what is going to happen this morning. We love it, even though we can't see you, for you to feel a part of it. So if you want to sing along or tap your toes or be a part of our music or joy, we welcome that. What we're going to do first is invite her grandparents, Henry and Sarah Ford, to offer her a talis, a prayer shawl.
Madeline, it's with great joy and great pride that we present you with this talid. And we are so happy to be here representing the whole family and all of the friends who couldn't be here in person to hold it up first, to celebrate with you on this joyous occasion. And we hope you always feel wrapped in love and in light as you wear your talid.
Yeah.
Give him a little love. Want to give him a hug?
Thank you so much.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Lift up your hair. Lift up your hair.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen.
We continue with the singing of Ma Tovu.
מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. ואני ברוב חסדך אבוא בבל, היכל קודשך ביראתך. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. ואני תפילתי לך, אדוני רצון, אלוהים ברוך חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et hadam b'chokhmah uberavo nikavim nikavim halulim halulim. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei Chol Basar Umafli Lasot. We continue by thanking God for our souls.
אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהוראי. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהוראי. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהוראי. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהוראי.
We chant thanking God for the miracles of everyday life. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasech vivina lekavtin ben yom uven laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokeach kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamahin mitzadei gaber.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanotein la ya'ev koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir sheina meinai utenuma me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shasani b'tselem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shasani bat horin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shasani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lasok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. We continue singing Psalm 150.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Konchima, te hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Konchima, te hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol Shema, Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol Shema, Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Please rise. Yitkadava, Yitkada, Shame Rabba.
Amen.
Ba'alma divarach yirtev yamlich malhute bechachon uv yomechon uvahayidhol beit Yisrael ba'gala uvizman kariv v'meru amen. Heshmei Rabba Mavora Ba'olam Olamei Almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh yithadar yitale yitalau shemei tekudisha p'riyu le'elamin kol birhata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiron ba'alma v'meru amen.
Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai hamavorach, Adonai hamavorach leolam va'ed. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la.
Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarach hosech oseh shalom uvara et hakol. Praised are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai! In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'amorot. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. In light blinded we saw, the inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke, and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us, as we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habohir ba'amo Yisrael ba'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We continue chanting on top of page 116.
Should Alex come help?
Yes.
All right, Alex is coming up here, making an appearance. Slide over for him. You guys can chant together.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'chol נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווה היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Good job. So we call it teaser for the future.
We continue responsively.
I'm ready.
The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor, asks God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Shirachar shashibechu geulim leshimcha safar hayam, יחד כולם הודו וימלכו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד צור ישראל קומה בזרע ישראל ופדחנו מעך יהודה וישראל Gohalenu Adonai Tzavaot Shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ka Yisrael.
Please rise.
Take our book, take your food.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Kone Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav lehoshia, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech holim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishene afar, Michamocha bal guvurot, Umidom elach, Melech memit umechayeh, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כי שם שמך קדשים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר הרינו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. בשבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We invite you to take your seats. We like to approach divinity in a whole variety of ways here at Congregation Micah. We are certainly known in Music City for doing so through song. We do the same through the authenticity of our words and our actions. We like to leave a little time also for silence, for our own thoughts, our own prayers, the dreams we have for Madeline and her family, the dreams we have for a world recovering from a hard time, and a little time, a little silence.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. We each hold a gift, man and woman, boy and girl. There's as many pieces of this gift as people in the world. And if we put them all together, maybe we can find a way to build a peaceful world one day. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha.
So, at the start of our service, I mentioned that there were certain challenges we put before our candidates as they became bar and bat mitzvah, and one of them is that they learn the prayers of the Jewish people. I like to say, it says in the book of Psalms, you should make a joyful noise to God. So one of the joyful noises we do in the world is we clap, and you can't hear them, but at home I'm encouraging you to clap because it's very clear to me, quite gracefully, that you have learned those prayers and in a very poised fashion have led our small community of family and those at home in that story. The story continues with what we call Seder Kriyat HaTorah, with the service of the reading of the Torah, and I'm going to invite those assembled to please rise.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kamasecha, malchutcha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha v'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai oz la'mo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Avarachamim etiva virtzonocha et Zion. Tivnei chamot Yerushalayim. Tivnei chamot Yerushalayim. Ki v'cha levad batachnu melech aram nisa. Adon olamim.
Okay, now what we do is we form a generational line. So Henry and Sarah and Mark and Maria, we'll take you too, Alex. Come show your beautiful faces. Why do we do this? We do this because we read that Moshe kibel Torah miSinai, that Moses received the Torah at Mount Sinai. And you stand before a little mini Mount Sinai. We stood there to receive the Torah, just like you are going to receive the Torah. And when Moses received it, and this is my favorite part, he didn't just keep it, he shared it with Joshua, his disciple, who in turn passed it down to the prophets, to the elders and the smart people in every generation that were wise enough to accept it just like you. And it makes its way from your grandparents and your parents into your hands, and one day your hands. And virtually, we share it with everybody this morning as you chant from it. All right? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to let go.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Mo. Gadol Adonai iti, Unromama, Shemo Yakdav. Lecha Adonai Hagadula V'Gevura V'Tiferet V'Netzach V'Hod Ki Chol B'Shamayim U'Va'aretz Ki Chol B'Shamayim U'Va'aretz Lecha Adonai HaMamlacha V'Hamitnaseh L'Chol Rosh.
So Madeline is going to be reading from Parashat Vayikahel, but I'm going to let her tell you about that. And in order to give honor to the Torah, we like people to come bless it before.
Sorry.
That's all right, you're doing fine. Put your hand right through there. So we are going to ask Mark and Maria, your parents, to come. Oh, wait, no, we're going to ask Henry and Sarah first to come, grandparents, over here and be close. I've got one of these. Come on this side of her. I'm going to get out of her way.
Baruch Hu Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Vayakhel Moshe et Chol Hadat Bnei Yisrael Vayomer Alehem Elecha Devarim Asher Tziva Adonai Lasot Otam.
We're going to have you come up.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Give them some love again. You guys want to come to stand on this side? You can. Parents are coming forward.
Great job, Sadie.
Mark and Maria.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Sheshet Yamim Tasech Melecha Uvyahom Hashvi Yihiyeh Lahem Kodesh Shabbatom Ladonai Kol Ha'oseh Vo Melecha Yumaat Lo Te'avru Ashbecho Mashvotehem Bayom HaShabbat.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. All right. Well, this is the part here where we call you officially a bat mitzvah as you read and chant from the Torah and are able to bless from it. And we understand maybe the name Naomi, yes, if we're liking it. Or Madeline, Bots, Moshe Mendel, Maria. All right, please, Likvod HaTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamnivorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamnivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Vayomer Moshe et El Hadat Bnei Yisrael Lemor Ze Hadavor Asher Tziva Adonai Lemor Kihu Mehem Truma Ladonai Kol Nediv Libo Yiviecha et Trumat Adonai Sahav Masesev Unhoshent. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yeshakah, we say. All those people are throwing candy at us, but that's the good news. They're not here. We don't get hit by it. We invite you to take your seats. You can sit here or you can go back out, whatever you guys like.
Two.
No, you have to stay here. Come up here. It's with the Torah open that we believe that God is especially attentive. And so we take this time to pray specifically for people who are sick. We think of people all over the world because of this COVID disease, right? Who lie in a bed of pain, and the loved ones that are worried about them. We think specifically from our community of members like Steve Geringer and Savannah Morris, Jane Sherberg, Paul Richter, Crystal Miller, and Janice Grossman. We think of all people everywhere in need of a prayer for healing, and we ask Miss Lisa to lead us in that prayer.
Sheberach Avotenu Makor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu makor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We're going to ask your family to rise briefly, and so I can let everyone at home also get to see a little picture of what it's like to see the inside of the Torah. And then, Alex, you're in the on deck to help me dress it, okay?
V'zor haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael api Adonai b'yad Moshe.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you so much for gathering, even though it is virtual, to celebrate me becoming a bat mitzvah. In the Torah portion I chanted for you this morning, the great prophet Moses gathers the Israelite people and tells them that God is ordering everyone to spend 6 days working and to spend the 7th day resting. Today is that day of rest, and I am appreciative that you have chosen to take a break from your everyday life and join in our family celebration, especially because you're invited and not ordered to watch. Also, the Torah says that anyone who works on the 7th day would be killed. Here at Micah, we like to say that if you don't rest, it could kill you. Essentially, God commands rest on the 7th day because when God created the world, God finished and rested on the 7th day, thus modeling the behavior. Just as Moses and God could command the Jewish people, my parents could command me. However, while my mom and dad have the power to command, they're not going to kill me if I don't comply, so I'm less likely to do what they say versus the Israelites and God. Also, Jews worship God, and while I love my parents, I do not worship them. I don't think we're supposed to literally model God in this Torah portion. God threatens severe punishments, such as death, for not following his instructions. By contrast, as human beings, we can choose to be kind and merciful. Moses also said to the people that they must bring gold, silver, fine linen, or other gifts for God, and that they needed to create the tabernacle, a portable temple. I think the reason that God commanded the Jewish people to create the tabernacle and bring fine gifts for it was so once it was completed, the Israelites would feel that they had contributed to their place of worship. Many people with different skills and talents came together to assemble the tabernacle. Likewise, so many people have helped me reach this point in my life today. I want to thank my family for being so supportive and loving. I'm very appreciative to Rabbi Flip and Miss Lisa for teaching me my Torah portion. I also want to thank all of you for watching my bat mitzvah virtually, for taking time out of your day to celebrate this day.
This is the part where they clap again at home. Come back. I have something that's going to, I hope, make you sort of happy. It's almost over. It's not over, but your hard parts are over. For the next 10 to 15 minutes, we just shower you with love. I'm not sure what your parents are going to say, so I won't pretend to know what emotions will be evoked in you, but I will tell you that the world needs more people like you. And if you were afraid in this experience, I don't know where that comes from, because you were unbelievably graceful and really have, you've made the Jewish world stronger today. So here's what happens next. First, under normal circumstances, there would be people gathered. That's part of the difficulty of your Torah portion. You're supposed to gather people, and there would be a representative of our board, or there would be Julie Greenberg. Someone would say, let me give you this. And they would say, Mazel Tov, and congratulations on behalf of our community. We want you to remember this day, and in this bag there are several things. There is a certificate marking the fact that this happened, because we don't do anything at Congregation Micah without a certificate. This purple thing matches you quite nicely, by the way. There is a certificate for a discount, a credit towards a trip to Israel, because we want you to be bonded not just to the Jewish people here, but to Israel itself. We want you to continue with us, to travel with us to New York and to Israel and the southern states when we go on those trips, to continue to study and to learn and to grow. Also in here is a Kiddush cup. And we give you a Kiddush cup because we hope one day you will drink from that cup on other special occasions like this one. And we know that if you don't, it could kill you. Okay, so that stuff stays over here. The other thing that we do, which is one of our rituals, is everyone who has a bar bat mitzvah at Micah signs the scroll, the sacred bar bat mitzvah scroll. Okay, let's slide this under. Take this pen. Okay, here you go. Marking the event. Right there.
And it is not a real scroll.
Okay. Nobody panic. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Madeline, we offer what's called freedom of the pulpit. It's a very important concept. We're going to invite your parents forward to say a few things. I am not a control freak. I have no idea what they're going to say.
Job. Well, Madeline, we're extremely proud of you. You did a wonderful job. Today we celebrate you becoming an adult in the Jewish community, and one way to define adulthood is the development of independence. So thank you for clearing your dishes this morning at the table. I appreciate that. Now, young children, of course, start to develop becoming independent too, right? So they take their first steps, they say their first words, and that's super exciting as well. And then they start to do things that are even more complicated, like tying their shoes and learning their ABCs. But we don't consider that adulthood, of course. As you become an adult, we observe accomplishments and achievements that are more distinctly characteristic of you. Sometimes people say, like, wow, she's her own person now, I always thought that was funny when I heard that, but you get it, you understand what that means. And so I'm thinking specifically of things that really made me proud this past year or so, that made me realize that you're definitely, on your way to being an adult. And particularly, I think the things that when I saw you doing them and see you doing them, I think, like, that's all you. I can't take any credit. Like tying the shoe, right? I can say, well, I taught her how to do that, but these are some things I noticed this year that I was just kind of blown away with. One of them was I started, when I was talking to Grandma and Grandpa and others, I started getting emails about like, oh, have you read Madeline's book? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yes, she's been sending me chapters. You know, I just read chapter 4, and it was really good. And so I'd see you at the, the dinner table, for our limited amount of time. We get to see each other every day. And, how was your day and all that? And sometimes you would tell me, sometimes you wouldn't. But I kept saying, hey, you gotta, what's this book, And next thing I know, Uncle Ben is emailing me and getting like rave reviews, So finally, I did get you to share it with me, and it was this incredible book. It was like, I don't remember, it was like 12 chapters, and it was really funny and witty, and it was like, wow, this is not like something a little kid does. The other thing that kind of blew me away is this has been an interesting year for a lot of people. And one of the highlights is people have been doing things like making soap, right? You started soap making, and your mom's become like an expert baker, and like people are learning all these, or cultivating these interests. And your grandma, Poppy, who was watching now, she showed you how to sew. And and I kind of was aware of you learning how to do this, but I came home from work one day, and the sewing machine's out, and you're just there like sewing, like all by yourself. And then you made this incredible video, like you edited the video, and you've been doing a lot of video editing with Alex and helping him with his videos. And you made this incredible video of documenting these clothes that you made, like completely by yourself. And you had all the little tricks of editing where you had things like fast forwarded so people could watch you, and like fast sequence, sewing. And it was just super clever and witty. And again, it was one of these moments where this was not just, oh yeah, Madeline can brush her teeth now by herself. This is like a grown-up thing. So the sky is the limit for you, Madeline, as they say. You're funny, you're smart, witty, extremely talented. You're kind to animals, and animals are kind to you. So this is a moment of personal accomplishment, but it's also, I think sometimes maybe in the moment when, when it's your moment like this, sometimes you almost can forget that a lot of people are part of this. And of course, not a lot of people are with us right now, but this is an accomplishment that connects you to traditions of many of your ancestors, and it connects you to all the friends and family that are watching us right now from all over the country, and they're excited to be part of this with us and celebrating with you. So it's a mitzvah in itself to just provide us with an occasion to come together and celebrate with you. So we're super proud of you, and we love you.
I love you too, Daddy.
Madeline, I'm so proud of what you've accomplished in order to be able to lead us in the reading of the Torah today. Before you were born, like all mothers, I would sit there and wonder what you would be like. Most of all, I wanted you to be healthy. And if we were blessed enough to have a healthy child, I wanted you to be able to be curious about our world and to be smart. After you were born, though, when I would sit and hold you, I started to think about our world, all the wondrous things about it, beautiful nature, and all the challenges that still exist. And as you hold a small child, you think about, oh my goodness, like what is our world going to be like for my child when they grow up? I wanted you to be able to grow up in a world where there were still beautiful spaces and where people cared for each other and cared for the world, where they took care of wildlife and the environment, where women were respected as leaders, and where all people were treated equally. And I wanted you to be the kind of person that cared about all of that. Most important to me was that you would believe that you were capable of whatever you wanted to do, and that you would speak up for yourself as a girl and later as a woman. Your dad and I knew that it would take a community that cared about all the same things we did in order for us to be able to raise you. And we were really happy to find a home at Micah, where people like Rabbi Laurie and Rabbi Flip and Julie Greenberg and all of your other teachers have been able to teach all of us about how the Torah guides us to be advocates for a just society and encourages each of us, no matter how young, to live justly. Madeline, I am so proud to stand here today and see that you have exceeded all my desires for you. You are passionate about equality for all people and for animal rights. You have wonderful ideas about improving our world, and you work in everything you do to take care of our earth and our world. You speak up for yourself in a way that I hope all women one day can. You love and are patient with your family, your friends, and your teachers. I know that anyone you interact with in your life will be treated fairly, and that you will speak up if you see injustice. I don't know where your life will lead, but I know that whatever path you choose will be rooted in the principles of the Torah, and that our world will be a better place because of you. Strong work, little one. I love you.
Finish line. I see it. I got to say a few things too. Because like your parents and your grandparents and all these people watching, and I think Miss Lisa joins me in this, we also are very proud of you. But more importantly, we also hope you're proud of yourself. Because everybody has a comfort zone. And going out of your comfort zone is never the easiest thing to do. But you learn something. You either learn that your comfort zone can get bigger, and you can do this, or you're allowed to go back into where your comfort zone is. I do hope that you learn from the message of your Torah portion, Vayakhel, that gathering is important. That even if these people virtually can't be with you in person, that they have in fact gathered and are watching you because they love you. Because there is a community of people here at Congregation Micah that loves you. And I hope in the future, wherever you fall on the extroverted to introverted scale, that you will find other reasons to gather. That you will go to other gatherings for other people and celebrate them too, even if it's outside your zone. You did terrific. The last thing we really have to do is bless you and say a few blessings. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to invite your parents forward. We're going to have everybody rise here just briefly. And we're going to open these doors. Okay, you stand in the middle. Dad on the other side.
Do I take this off?
You do. We make a little canopy. I don't like to call it a chuppah, but because it makes dads nervous on the bat mitzvah day. First of all, you know it was cloudy today, and everyone thinks that's a bummer, but that's better for our filming, right? So if it's cloudy on this day, it's going to be really sunny on your wedding day. It's just good news. This represents a chuppah because a chuppah is one of the three things we wish for you. We wish also that you will live a life of Torah. So that you'll continue to learn and grow, whatever. It could be baking. It could be your own sewing. Continue to explore your many talents. Torah, chuppah, that you find a love mate, a partner just like your parents have, someone to share a life with. And ma'asim tovim, a life of good deeds. Because they not only make you a better person, they make the world a better place. We wrap those into a threefold benediction, and it goes like this. May God bless you, Madeline, and keep you safe always. May God's face shine upon you, and when that happens, may you smile. May God's countenance shine upon you and through you, and may you and our whole world be granted the greatest gift. May you always have a sense of shalom, a sense of wholeness, a sense of peace. All right, this comes down, goes back on her. I got to have these three other beautiful people please come back up here. We are virtually inviting all of you to come close, other sets of grandparents, everyone who can't be here in person. The dog, Carl, the dog's going. All right, I'm going to put the Torah away. We're going to do one Aleinu, and then we'll be near done.
דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש חדש עמנו חדש עמנו כקדם. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו כחומונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
It is always here at the end of our service that we think about all those people who remain with us in spirit. In a year that has seen so much pain, so much death, we think specifically from our community of those who have passed at this time in years prior: Stephen Brodsky, William Frankenstein, Lily Joseph, Evelyn Koppelman, Philip Lashinsky, Morris Latter, Nathan Liff, Clemmer Marcus, Max Muchnick, Karen Rubin, Nancy Saturn, Ann Schofner, Clarence Silverman, Francis Stark, Bill Stockard, Benjamin P. Zucker. We recall those from our community and loved ones that have passed as well this year: Rich Michelle, Henry E. Foyer, Dr. Bob Sirkin, Aidan Becker, Robert Golden, Des Zamek, Elaine Farinacci, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Charlene Creeley, John Giffen, Faye Sirkin, Joyce Murray, Richard I. Bourne, Fran Schmerling, Peggy J. West, Christopher Miller, and Molly Stein. We also mentioned from your family, Mindy Krakauer. If there's other names you'd like to add, we invite you to say them at this time as I read the words of Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrak yidutei ve'yamlich malchutei, v'chayakon v'yomachon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'izman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarak le'alam ul almei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudisha b'richu, le'ela min kol birkata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlomo Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. We ask that the one who is the source of peace on high bring comfort to all people who are mourning, to all people who are bereaved, and we say one final time together, amen. A Vishamru to close, and a Kiddush, let's do it.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן.
Shabbat Shalom.